Hello everyone, this is Jeffy. Today we're going to be seeing the seventh experiment for Linux and UnixLab. Today we're going to be dealing with system calls and how they function in various files. So the first question of the seventh experiment is to transfer the contents or copy the contents of one file into the other. So let's get started with the program. We use two file descriptors fd1 and fd2, which is declared under integer, and we also have buffer, which is an array of size 100, file name of size 10, and file 2 of size 10. So I'm prompting the user to enter the file name. Now the file name is saved in the variable file name. I'm going to open it under read only mode, and if fd is -1, file does not exist, otherwise file exists. And first I'm going to read the file. So the syntax for reading the file would be the file descriptor, then the buffer variable containing the content, of course, and then the length, total length. So the contents of the file are, and buffer is going to contain the complete content of the file. Then enter the new file name. So I'm taking the new file name and I'm creating a new file using fd2 equals create f2, and I'm giving the rights of 0761. For example, 7 is for read, write, and execute, and this is for read, write, and this is for write. Then I'm going to write the content, which is the write and the read syntaxes are almost the same, which is file descriptor, then the buffer, and then the values, that is the size. Then we have the content of the new file is, we read it using the read system call fd2 buffer and 100, and now I am displaying the data. Let me execute it. Okay, so I'm going to give name. I'm going to go for j.c. So the contents of the file, as you can see, are this. Now the enter the new file is try.c, and I have the content. So it's been created, and the same content to a length of 100 has been printed here. Next, we're going to see yes. So now this is taking two files, then putting the information of both the files, that is concatenating the information and putting it into the third file. So I have three file descriptors here, fd1, fd2, fd3. We have three other variables which we have declared under integer, which is s1, s2, and s3, which we will be using later on. Then I'm using buffer1, buffer2, buffer3, which are also array variables of size 100, and character variables f1, f2, f3 of size 10 each. So enter the first file name, and I'm going to open it using the open system call. Open using the file name f1, and I'm opening it in read only mode. Now if the file descriptor is -1, then the file does not exist. Otherwise, I'm going to read the file and I'm storing it into a variable which is s1. Then the contents of the first file are, then it displays the content. Then enter the second file name, and the same thing goes on. As you can see, enter the file name, and then we open it using f2, then read only mode, and then if fd2 is equal to -1, then the file does not exist. Otherwise, under s2, I'm going to read the data, and I'm going to store the file into it. Now to concatenate, I'm using s3 equals s1 plus s2, and then I'm going to enter the new file, which is f3. Then I'm creating it using f3, then 0761, the writes, permissions. I'm going to write the data into f3, that is s1's data into fd3, s2's data into fd3. Then I'm going to close fd3. Then I'm opening fd3 under read only mode, and the content of the new file is, then I'm going to read the data. Let's run it. Okay, first file name, I'm sorry about that. So I'm going to give it as j.c, try.c, Let's give trial 2.c. And as you can see, all the information is displayed here. And finally, for the third experiment, yes. This includes to enter the file name and then to append it with the values that you wish to include. So we have a file descriptor here. We have a buffer variable as usual, which is under an array character consisting of 200 size. Then the input stream is also under character. File name is under character and has 10 array size. Then enter the file name. The file name is being entered. Then I'm opening the file name using the file descriptor. Then if the empty equals -1, the file does not exist. Otherwise, I'm going to read. Then the contents are displayed in buffer variable. Then enter the additional content. Now for this, we're going to use an input stream. So write fd comma input stream comma 50. Then the contents of the file is, I'm going to close it. Then I'm reopening the file name in read only mode and reading it and then displaying it. So I'm going to run it now. So news.j.c. Along with this, I'm going to print another statement. Let's say hello. Now, so the content of the file, as you can see, has been appended here. With this, we complete our 7th experiment of Linux and Unix Lab. Thank you.